A web designer is responsible for creating the look, feel, and user experience of a website, including layout, branding, and usability. And while many people think AI can now replace or fully automate web design, real designers bring strategy and UX expertise, creative direction tailored to your brand, and custom solutions that templates and AI tools can't fully replicate. So the key question is, what does it actually cost to hire a web designer today? The answer depends on several factors, including whether you hire freelance web designers, a full-time employee, or an agency, as well as your project scope and location. It helps to look at common pricing structures when working with web designers. There are a few you'll typically see. Hourly rates usually range from $30 to $150 per hour, depending on experience and specialization. Project-based pricing can range from $1,000 to $25,000 and up, depending on complexity and the cost to build a website. And then there are monthly retainers, often used for ongoing work, usually $500 to $2,000 per month. And some businesses also explore DIY website builders, which may lower upfront costs, but often come with trade-offs in customization and performance. Understanding these models helps you better estimate website pricing and your overall budget. Now, let's break down costs based on the type of designer you hire. Freelance web designers typically charge $25 to $100 per hour. They offer flexibility and are often the most cost-effective option. And full-time web designers have a median web designer salary in the US of roughly $70,000 to $100,000 per year, with an equivalent hourly rate of about $26 to $38 per hour. But keep in mind, they also include benefits, overhead, and a long-term commitment. Boutique agencies are usually the highest cost due to team-based expertise. They often include designers, developers, UX specialists, and project managers. The key takeaway here is that freelancers, independent web designers, and agencies each serve different needs depending on your budget and project complexity. From there, it's important to understand what actually drives these costs. Several factors impact freelance web designer rates and overall pricing. Experience and specialization like UX design, e-commerce, or SEO play a big role. Project scope, including the number of pages, complexity, and custom features also matters. Platform and integrations such as CMS, Shopify, or WordPress can affect pricing as well. And urgency and timeline can increase costs if you need faster delivery. Revisions and feedback cycles also add to the total. And then there's geographic location, market demand, and the type of site, whether it's a simple brochure site or a more advanced e-commerce website or interactive platform. A more complex or highly customized site will naturally require more time, skill, and investment. So how do freelancers compare to full-time designers financially? Freelance web designers tend to have higher hourly rates, but no long-term employment costs. They handle their own tools, taxes, and overhead, and they're flexible and scalable based on project needs. Full-time designers, on the other hand, offer consistency and long-term availability, but they come with added costs like salary, benefits, and onboarding. They're also less flexible for short-term or one-off projects. Ultimately, choosing between freelancers and full-time hires depends on whether you need ongoing work or project-based support. At this point, you might be wondering what you'll actually pay in real terms. Small business websites typically cost $1,500 to $8,000 for a 5 to 10 page site. A custom or e-commerce website cost is usually $6,000 to $35,000 and up, depending on features and complexity. On the Upwork platform, you can find freelancers ranging from about $15 to $75 per hour, depending on experience and project scope. When estimating your cost, consider the number of pages, required features and integrations, and any branding, content, and prep work. These factors all contribute to how much web designers make and what you'll ultimately pay. It's also helpful to look at where the market is heading. Demand for web designers is growing, especially as businesses prioritize mobile-first design, UX-focused experiences, and performance and accessibility. The freelance web design market continues to grow at an estimated 14 to 15% annually, and specialized designers are increasingly able to command higher rates due to niche expertise. This means web development rates and design pricing are becoming more dynamic based on skill and specialization. So if you're ready to hire, here's how to approach it. Start by clearly defining your project scope and expectations. Then use the Upwork platform to search and review web designers based on their portfolios, ratings, and experience. Be sure to focus on candidates with strong web designer portfolios and relevant project experience. Interview top candidates to evaluate their design process, tools, and platforms they use, and their communication style and responsiveness. Make sure to set these clear terms up front, including your budget, timeline, deliverables, and the number of revisions. This structured approach makes it easier to confidently hire a web designer on Upwork. To wrap it all up, web designer costs vary widely, but are primarily influenced by experience, scope, and project complexity. So whether you choose freelance web designers, independent web designers, or agencies, the right fit depends on your goals and budget. And with the right approach, hiring a skilled designer is both achievable and worth the investment. Explore top freelance talent on the Upwork platform and find the right fit for your project. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment with any questions, and check out the rest of our content on our channel.